Well, good day, everybody. So now it's a 9 o'clock at night update from the tracker, just to give you an explanation of potential ETAs of Translated 9, and then Penduic, and then Spirit of Helsinki. So it's mainly focused around them. Today's been pretty busy in a lot of different ways. Down working with the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. They're lending us some ribs and a committee boat for a media boat and so on. So a few of us were down there getting training on them to make sure it all works. So we're ready to go for tomorrow. And that's really about it. Lots of different things happening. So I'm going to go straight to the tracker now and explain to everyone what's going on here. And it's going to get very interesting, but Translated 9 obviously are in a very cool position. And clearly, if all goes well and nothing happens to the boat, touch wood, we'll be in sometime tomorrow, quite some distance ahead of Penduic, but let's wait and see. Never over till the fat lady sings. Generally speaking, back here with Explorer and Sterner. Sterner's dropping down now. She probably knows that there's a bit of a high coming behind with not much wind. We sent a similar note to Explorer saying get down under about 43 to keep everything moving. But there we go, just dropped into the new system. Doing 7.7 knots, 180 mile day. That's pretty cool. Sterner is 5.7 knots and 164 mile day. And going forward, you'll see this is in a day. They've got similar breezes to drop down, but then there's this is 3 days down the track. There's some lighter winds coming, some heavy, and then certainly by the 15th down here, there's a big hole coming, this high here. So I've said to Explorer, make sure you're down below 44 before the 15th. By then, they'll be up here somewhere. So generally, no big storms. So they're just enjoying the ride. So that's pretty cool. And across this end of the world, we've got White Shadow, absolutely enjoying conditions, 8.8 knots and 100 or 200 mile day, 199, 200, same thing, going pretty much right towards Auckland. Finally, Galliana with Secure and Outlaw are underway again. They parked for a big part of today, didn't go anywhere. Outlaw is doing 7.9, clawing ahead of Galliana at 8.4. Only 115 mile day for Galliana and 128 for Outlaw. We spoke to, Evrika and Neptune coming around the outside, which was a good move, 9.1 knots, and Neptune on 9.3 knots, 214 mile day, so just pulling ahead. Spoke to Triana this afternoon for a SoundCloud recording, which I think Georgie's already put it up. So that's pretty cool. Doing 7.9 knots, they're really going for it. Jean was just saying how he thinks the crew is working really well this leg, bit better than last time, and they've constantly got someone trimming sails. 24 hours a day to keep it up, driving hard, and it shows, I think, because they're ahead of L'Esprit de Keep now, who parked a little bit the other day, or today rather, only 113 mile day. 8.1 knots at the moment, so they're certainly moving now. And Maiden parked up for a while as well, but now they're doing 5.6, 134 mile day. And over on the inside here, the big three. So we'll go straight into that and show you what's going on here. All getting very exciting. And I think Penduic now know where they are because they went up high and they're coming back down now. So they must have, the sun was coming out, got a fix and realised they might be overshooting. So they've come down, and Translated 9's rapidly heading towards Auckland with Spirit of Helsinki coming up from behind. So let's just do some measures here. Distance between Spirit of Helsinki and Penduic, or Cape Reinga, we'll just say Penduic, about 25 miles. So it's holding the same. They haven't been able to close the distance on Penduic at all. But 25 miles, that's going to be 3 or 4 hours translated into timelines with the current weather. But still moving pretty good, 8.3 knots, 209 mile day. Penduic, 9 knots, going a little bit faster, and 196 mile day. So that's pretty cool. And then Translated, 5.7. They've slowed down with this in the lee of the island, and 167 mile day, but they've still got a substantial lead. So distance to the finish, they're showing 120 miles, and Penduic is showing 216 miles. So about, 96 miles. So they've picked up a little bit, I've translated, but I think they're running out of time to catch them proper. Unless something happens, touch wood, and it's never over until the fat lady sings, as we often say. So what's been happening to the weather here? I've been watching it on windy as well, which is giving us a bit more of an accurate picture. There was a soft lee here, which translated to move through it pretty well, actually. They've been maintaining about 6 knot average through this not calm patch, but light wind patch, and that'll be gone by the time Penduic gets there, I reckon. And so they've still got a few challenges. One of them is when they come down here, once they turn the corner, this southwesterly is going to become forward of the beam, even to the point where it might be one leg going better than close hold. They'll be sort of going to windward on the starboard tack, but at least make one leg. And that means they're only going to do, at best, they'll do hull speed, which will be about 8 knots or something. So I'm expecting them to slow down a little bit. And then you can see they won't necessarily follow this run line, but they also shouldn't come in too close because there's a lee there. So it could end up being about the run line. When they do this last leg, which is probably about 30 miles maybe. Yeah, there you go, 30 miles. It's going to be on the nose if they come around. So they'll squeak in here. They may end up having to tack, which could slow them down a little bit as well. So if we say at 9 o'clock, and this is local time, and I'll give you a bit of an explanation here. You need to get this in your head so that you understand what I'm talking about in local time for ETAs. I'll always be referring now to ETAs for Auckland. And local time right now is 9 o'clock at night, or just after 9 o'clock at night. So in Europe, that means you're 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And if it's UTC, it's 1 hour earlier. So it's 8 o'clock UTC right now. So you just, if we're talking 9 o'clock, you're talking 8 o'clock. And we're 9 o'clock at night time here, but on the 11th, but you'd be talking 9 o'clock in the morning on the 11th. Okay. In Europe. So in France, rather, in particular. So 120 miles, and they're doing 6 knots. So that should be around about 20 hours. Okay, so about 20 hours from now would be 4 off of 9. That's about 5 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 o'clock. So that's now looking like it's going to be 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Previously, we were thinking it could have been in the morning. They were really flying and the distances were pretty clear, but now with all the other bits and pieces, it's even hard to believe they might be able to make they make 6 knots down there. It's a bit hard to say. So it's now looking like it's going to be sometime in the afternoon, and that may create a complication for us. But anyway, we'll see. There's a big regatta here. We need a lot of boats and bits and pieces. So for now, I'm going to peg their ETA, and I'll just show you the weather that's likely to come through here. You'll see this is pretty much a southwesterly, okay? And I think what you're going to see is that's going to swing just a little bit as we go forward on the timeline here. It's certainly getting a lot stronger offshore. It's picking up, but it's also swinging a little bit around, not heading them. It's backing off a bit. And now if you're coming down here, it's close reaching instead of going to windward. And this is on the this is tomorrow, tomorrow through most of the day. So it could be pretty quick and a little bit down the bottom there, but there's going to be no shortage of breeze for everyone. So Penduic's got the breeze, Helsinki's got the breeze. There'll just be a drag race down. There's no blind spots or calms in the lee of these bays and headlands and all that sort of stuff. It's just straightforward breeze gradient. And in fact, it's potentially going down into the harbour. It's about 30 knots. So it's kind of interesting. Will they speed up? They may. So it's still very hard to say because there's all these course changes and bits and pieces. So I'm probably going to pick it now, as silly as it sounds, because it was only 4 or 5 hours ago that I was saying between 8 and 12. Now I'm going to say it's probably between about 11 and 4. 11 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'll update it during the night as well. So that's really about it. Just a quick one on the rest of the fleet, just to show you the weather. It's going to hold through. I'm going to zip it right back, and then I'll zoom right into the finish line and show you the harbour and everything, just to explain what's going on there. Okay, we can see the whole fleet there. I'm quickly just going to roll it through just to show you that everyone's got a bit of a wind gradient there, except for White Shadow. They've got to deal with the center of those highs there, and Outlaw and Galliana was continue. Yeah, I think this is still running. I'm not sure. I can't tell. We might still be running here. We just lost internet. I've got no idea what's happening, but I need to. No sound? There is sound? Okay, so it looks like we're back again, but we've still got a bit of a dud thing, and I don't know what's going to. I think you got most of that. It just all went just at the last minute, so all we're missing is the last bit. But I had to get it back online so that we can shut down the YouTube, and it may already. Sometimes it goes on forever now. I can't do it, but anyway, we've pretty much said everything was to be said. So from Brisbane morning. I was basically saying from about 11 till 4. Sometime between 11 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon should be. We should start to see translated 9 evening from Sydney. We're planning a trip to Auckland to catch up with a mate who's an outlaw. Can't wait. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, there's a few people turning up now. So morning. In fact, some Finns turned up and they'd been cruising Tonga and they went to our island in Tonga that was just a beach now. It was wiped out in the tsunami. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, coming in will be cool. We'll be Ada and I and Jane will be doing the live. So minus 11 degrees C in Finland. That sounds good. Yeah, we're back again. So that's cool. All right, I think that's it. I don't want to go back because if I try and reboot it again to get that screen up, it's gone. So, okay.